sunrise. I'm up bright and early. It's about 7:30 right now. Gonna go with some lobster divers today on a boat. So we're gonna go meet them right now, departing at 8 a.m. It's gonna be an awesome day. Yeah, the wind's gonna pick up a bit later. We got a narrow window, about 3 hours. 3 hours of dive time. The wind's gonna pick up and up the gale, but should be plenty of time to find some lobster. Again, non-resident, can't harvest myself, but it's gonna be fun to watch these guys do it. And get some under the tracks there. There's John Steele, he's got a nice little boat. Thanks man for taking me out. Really excited.
John picked me up at the T-dock near the Bermuda Aquarium. I got introduced to the boat, the crew, and then we set course. On the way to the spot, we traded some stories.
That was last season. That was a
Oh man, everything's giant. Wow, dude.
It's hard to contain my excitement, but hey, can you blame me? The guys were telling me to expect bad visibility. I had to laugh when I saw what they were referring to. They should see our coast. The diving looked good to me. I noticed the life and structure was quite different compared to the south side of the island. It reminded me of how the east side of Vancouver Island is much different compared to the west. Same island, but two different experiences. I had the easy job, swim around and holler if I see a lobster. Looking for lobster is virtually the same task as hole hunting for lingcod and rockfish. So luckily, it was a familiar mission. I spotted one pretty quickly, and John jumped in to give it a go. Holding your breath while trying to noose a lobster is no easy task. John's mask was fogged up, so that didn't do him any favors. Lobster hide during the day in dark places, and the light required to find them makes them uneasy. The more agitated they become, the more difficult it gets. It's illegal to harvest lobster on scuba in Bermuda, which I fully support, as an endless supply of air would completely eliminate the challenge. This was the third attempt on the same lobster, and by this time it was onto us and started to retreat into deep crevices. I thought I might be able to hold it into position long enough for John to do his thing, but the lobster went wild. Sediment went everywhere, and the lobster lived to see another day. Gordy got completely robbed on this guy, but he was able to redeem himself on a second attempt off camera. We moved spots, and I teamed up with Dave. Bermuda is not immune to coral bleaching, and some of the reefs here were in rough shape. It's important that we do our part and use eco-friendly wetsuit lube and reef-safe sunscreen. Plus, do our best to avoid touching the corals. We found another lobster, but the same story, it retreated into a deep ledge, making the catch near impossible. Well played, lobster. Well played. I did catch my first fish here though. Well, sort of. In hindsight, I should have checked its stomach. I'm curious if I would have found plastic.
Finally got it loose, and then I went down and he took off. I tried to get him again, he took off, and he actually went out. He was in the open.
Jeez.
I got him, he was in the open, so. All right.
From there, we cruised to the south side of the island in hopes of finding calmer water and better visibility. I enjoy the beautiful sights along the way. We even spotted some lionfish collars. The visibility was looking nice. I love freediving. So much fun and adventure to be had, searching for bottles, dinner, new species, etc. To top it off, you're getting exercise while hanging out with like-minded people. It's seriously the ultimate sport, and if you make yourself available and break out of your shell, you're bound to make new friends wherever you travel in the world. I found a few lionfish, and we did our part and took them out. Nice work, John. Dave and I attempted to get the other one. We both delivered a couple of fatal blows, but the fish got off the pole each time and retreated into a crack out of sight. It won't be dinner, at least not for us, but at least the deed was done. Gordy was working on another lobster, but I'm sure you get the idea by now. It got the best of us again after sneaking into a deep crack. You win some and you lose some. Wait until you see the success we had on our second trip. Limits were reached. Beautifully invasive.
Not a lobster, but found this bottle. Pretty neat one. Looks fairly old, at least from the top. Yeah, all those imperfections. Neat.
The other thing too, they're live so they can hit.
Yeah, they can jump too. I should get my bare feet away from it. Oh, crazy, man. You're brave man. I think it's big, man. That's a good size.
That's an excellent size.
Yeah, that'd be nice to fry
You
up.
see too.
Is it dead now?
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Give me your knife.
Yeah.
I'll lift his spine up. See his spine.
Lionfish are venomous and deliver a severely painful sting. Not quite enough to kill you, but enough to make you wish it did. It's not something I want to experience, but I'm sure I'm bound to one day.
It looks like a ship debris or something.
Well, I saw things that I saw they looked big circle.
It looked like a ball.
Yeah, I saw about 5 of them.
Yeah.
And like right over there,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's munitions.
Well,
I didn't bring my GoPro on that last one, but another lionfish in the bag. The lobster was caught, but it was a bit too small. But we get 3
That's pretty cool.
lionfish and a good sized lobster. Good haul. So, how do you know it's female?
from
How do you see these little guys?
Got a little thumb on them. Whereas the males, all the legs are like that.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man.
oh, they're gorgeous.
The mouth is right there, and don't get your
Yeah,
finger stuck in there.
big chompers.
You're not getting it out.
Do you just eat the tail, or do you guys try to eat the legs and stuff?
You make bisque out of the whole thing,
Okay.
lobster bisque.
Yeah.
Most people actually tail them. You're not allowed to tail them until you get back to the dock. So
Okay.
you just rip the tail off.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Because the bigger ones, you get good legs. and,
Yeah, exactly.
Use them as
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful.
But,
Seafood. Cool.
Our 3-hour window turned into 7.5 hours on and in the water. Time flies when you're having fun. But we missed our weather window and we had to fight some waves back to the dock. It's all part of the adventure, and it was nothing but smiles on the way back in.
Nice. What are you doing? You trying to hit me? You trying to hit me? You can't do that. Ah. What are you doing? You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me. Ah. Oh, that was an awesome time out there diving for lobster. Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody, for taking me out. That was a blast, and we might do it again on Saturday. That's to be determined based on the weather window, but so far it's looking pretty good. 5-knot wind scheduled. Diving for lobster is quite tricky. I just sat back and watched from the sidelines, but you gotta creep up on them super slow, get that noose, go around their tail, and all while ensuring they don't spook and bugger off, which seems to be the most common case. But yeah, really, really fun. Nice diving out there too. Visibility was mediocre, but that was expected.
A lot of sand in the area, and with the swell, with the wind that we've been getting, tossed up some of that sediment. But awesome time nonetheless. Coming back, yeah, getting thrown around those waves too. That actually was surprisingly fun too. So no complaints at all. Again, thanks John. Thanks for taking me out. Sayla, let's go back inside, okay? It's another real beautiful morning here in Bermuda, but didn't expect anything less. Yesterday really beat me up. I spent a lot of time in the water. We left the dock around 8 a.m. I don't think we got back till about 3:30 in the afternoon. The majority of the time out there, we were in the water too. When we were cruising, battling waves for part of that trip, so that alone is exhausting. So pretty tired, but it's pretty calm out here at the same time. And more than likely, I'm gonna jump in the water at some point today. You know, I'm only here for another, I think, 5 or 6 days now, so our trip is slowly coming to an end. It's been never-ending fun and adventure since I've been here, though. Real good time with the kids and family. Christmas was awesome. We still have New Year's to look forward to. I just need to relax a bit this morning, sip my coffee here, watch the sun come up. I haven't been this beat since I was doing day trips to Port Renfrew from Tsawwassen. You know, those trips are insane, but you know, I'm feeling just as exhausted today. So yeah, we'll see what the afternoon brings. I'm sure it will be nothing but fun. I was tired, but the sun was shining, so I figured I'd save the rest for home. Plus, my window for diving a shipwreck was closing, and I heard about one accessible from shore. So here at Elbow Beach, I decided to go for a dive after all. My leg's a bit tired. I think right down there I might have overdone it a bit. You know, I think I'm starting to feel all the diving like 6 or 7 days straight. Long days too. But yeah, there's a wreck out here. It's shore accessible. I think I see a marker out there. Got an hour and a half to find it, dive it, and come back and meet Lakeba. She's picking me up here in an hour and a half. Alright, so this is going to be a fun mission. First wreck here, minus that little shallow one I did at non-such. So hopefully I can find it. Fingers crossed. My plan was to swim out to the outer reef and hang a left and hopefully stumble across the wreck. I wasn't holding my breath, per se, but I knew I'd have a fun time looking. It was a fairly long swim from shore, so I didn't waste any time. Once I got out there, I was greeted by a great barracuda. With almost no effort at all, I found the wreck. Stoked. The Pollockshield was an 1890s, 323-foot long, 40-foot wide carrier that sank off Elbow Beach after striking a reef during a severe storm. The ship was a German Navy supply ship, but was captured by the British during World War I. At the time at which she sank, she had a crew of 37 and was carrying 350 tons of ammunition and other provisions for the war. Today, you can see the Pollockshields scattered across 20 to 40 feet of water across the seafloor. You can see loads of ammunition and shell casings along with the wreckage. However, the ammunition are highly unstable and should be treated cautiously. Apparently, a group of divers brought a box of ammunition they found to a hotel room years ago, and a bomb squad was called once they realized what they had. Don't do that. On the deck, you can see a spare propeller for the ship. It's crazy how nature has taken the wreckage over with time. I wanted to explore more, but the waves and setting sun was making it hard to scan the horizon for boats. So I played it safe and dove under the protection of the shallow corals. Whether it be man-made or natural, it didn't make a difference to me. It was all new and exciting. On the way back in, I found an old bottle with an applied top. I've been learning more about dating bottles, and I believe this one to be from the 1800s. I also spotted this eel. It's not a moray eel or an American eel, so I'm a little stumped. If anyone could provide an ID, that would be appreciated. And that's a wrap. A few more Bermuda vids, and then back to the regular PNW programming. I hope everyone is enjoying my wife's home turf. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.